Are you tired of dying in Battlefield like this? Probably like this. And most definitely like this. Well, look no further, guys. I've got overall the best controller settings here. There were a lot of settings we had to tweak, so we're going to do a full deep dive on these settings so you guys know what to expect and what to do. Let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, what is good? What is happening, everybody? It's your boy Primitive AK here, back with another video for you guys. Today we are here. I wanted to cover specifically controller settings today because my last video didn't really go in depth, and little did I know there are a plethora of settings that I actually missed. And I spent quite literally an hour and a half yesterday just playing around with settings, trying to figure out what works. And I think I managed to find the sweet spot. So the goal of these settings is to make it feel as fluid as possible, make it feel welcoming as possible, and also familiar to non-Battlefield players. And it's also going to be catered to Battlefield players as well. There's kind of a medium that I managed to find with this one. So if you guys are into the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys, show love and support. So like I said, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to also show some gameplay with the settings that you guys can see that firsthand, so you guys know what to look for. But let's go ahead and get right to it. So first things first, I've already went through these settings, so I'm not really going to go through them again. If you would like for me to go through them again, I can in another video, but that's covered in my last video, so make sure you guys check out the first settings video that I uploaded. Moving on, we're going to go to gameplay. Or actually, I'm sorry, we're going to go to controller, because this is what you guys are here for. We're going to go to edit settings, and we're going to start with control settings first. So first things first, aim sensitivity. Don't be afraid to put this number up a little bit higher. I prefer lower sensitivities, only because that's just how I play most shooter games. The lower sensitivity, the more accurate you are as a player. However, some people turn this up a lot. I know I've seen some of my friends run this at like 70%. I like to run it at about 35 to 40%. I usually don't go any higher than 40. So you're just gonna have to play with that and figure out what works for you. In vertical look, infantry, make sure that's off, obviously. Field of view, you could either set this to 105 or 110. I'm used to playing on 105 on most games, so I usually just leave it at 105. You can boost it to 110. I wouldn't go any higher than 110, though. Uniform infantry aiming. So essentially what this does, this basically makes your aim assist, essentially, like your aim assist percentage the same across all types of weapons. And it's going to try to smooth it out for every type of weapon that you're using, whether it be a shotgun with a red dot sight, or a sniper with an 8x scope, or a assault rifle with a 3x scope. It's going to try to even it out across the board. Now you can have this on. I've tried it on. Honestly, I kind of like both, but because I'm so used to playing COD on a regular basis, and you know, I didn't really use this in Battlefield 2042, I decided to leave it off. However, you can put it on. Like I said, you're going to have to play around with it. Now, if you do have it on, you'll notice that the zoom sensitivity coefficient actually lightens up, and you're able to change this now. This setting is extremely weird, and I really wish DICE would explain this a little bit better. So what this does, this is essentially a zoom sensitivity modifier that changes based on the type of monitor that you're using. All right, that sounds really weird, but let me try to do the math for you here. So right now I have this set to 177.8. How this works is that it's based on the aspect ratio of your monitor. So by default, this is set to 133. Now, what is the other monitor that nobody really plays on anymore, but it still kind of exists? It's a 4x3 monitor. What's 4 divided by 3? 1.33. That's why the default number is set to 133. Most of you, and I'm assuming you guys are watching this, or most of you who are watching this video are probably either playing on a TV that is a 16:9 ratio, or a gaming monitor that is also a 16:9 ratio. Nobody really plays on 4x3s anymore, so you need to change this setting. This is only if you have uniform infantry aiming on. So 16:9, what's 16 divided by 9, fellas? Let's do the math. 177.8. So that's why you need to change this number to 177.8. This is the primary setting that is probably making your aim feel a little bit weird. I promise you it's not you guys. Well, maybe it is you guys if you're not very good at shooters. But if you notice that you are like having trouble aiming, or there's like an acceleration going on, this is likely the cause of it. So you need to make sure that you change this only if you have uniform infantry aiming on. Infantry aim assist I leave on. I leave all of this on. If you are a primary Call of Duty player, you may want to opt to turn off zoom snap, just because it's gonna feel a little weird when you have this on. It is more aim assist when you use zoom snap, but some people are not really a big fan of this, so you may want to opt to turn this off if you feel like it's pulling your aim a little bit too much, because I do notice this does aggressively pull your aim on. I'm used to having it on Battlefield. I flip-flop between the games a lot, so that's just my personal preference there. Soldier aim input curve, leave it on standard. I tried 2042 old. I didn't like it. I just leave it on standard. I don't like using old settings from other games. I'm the same way with Call of Duty as well. Call of Duty has a similar setting where you can put the aim assist and hit marker settings to older Call of Duties. I don't recommend doing that. I always like adapting to the new stuff. Stick input acceleration preset set to standard. Aim left right acceleration, I recommend dropping this up to 60. Infantry sprint, leave this all on default. I don't recommend changing any of this. Zoom, make sure you guys have all this set to what you have on screen here. Just have it on default. Vertical aim ratio. This is another big one. This is probably what is making your aim feel very weird on the vertical scale as horizontal. When you lower this value, it dampens the vertical input for finer control. You want to make sure this is set to 56.3. All right. So make sure that's set to 56.3. Now, if you have uniform infantry aiming turned off, you'll notice that this area vertical zoom ratio is actually able to be toggled. So make sure you set both of these to 56.3, so that way you can get the most fluid, snappiest aim possible. I don't recommend going any higher than 60 here. Infantry zoom sensitivity, I have this set to 80. 1.25 zoom aim sensitivity, I have set to 80 as well. This is basically going to slightly reduce your aim down sight movement speeds, like not your movement speed, but how fast you can move the right stick while aiming, just by a little bit. So it's going to put it at like an 80% value of what the total number is. I know that's a little bit weird, but just make sure you keep this close to at least 100. I would keep it at 80, however. The rest of these settings just keep just set to default here. I wouldn't recommend changing any of these here. But you can kind of tweak whatever you feel is going to be the best option there. So I know that was a lot. I know that was a lot of settings to cover. But like I said, you're just going to have to play around with it and figure out what works best for you. Button mappings, you can change this a little bit. One thing I have set here is the ping button. I may actually change this back just because it's acting a little bit weird for me. I have my ping button set to the down directional pad, which is also the same as my toggle laser here. Or actually, I'm sorry, not the down directional pad. R1 is set to my ping button. You may want to opt to change that depending on whatever you feel is working best for you. You can kind of play around with it and figure out what works best for you. But for the most part, I recommend just keeping all of these default. I am using a PlayStation controller, but I know it's kind of showing all of the Xbox controls, which is a little weird, so you may have to change their Steam settings to make sure that works as well. Ground vehicles, I leave this on default. I don't change it. Ground vehicle control mapping, I have it set to default as well. Transport and aircraft, I also have the default. Pretty much every vehicle I have to default as well. Now you want to make sure when you're in control schemes, you go all the way down here and go to where it says controller tuning. Another crucial setting that DICE doesn't tell you is in the game. It's just hidden. So it's a little bit weird. So to access that setting, I'll show it again. When you go into controller, go to edit settings. You're in controller scheme, scroll all the way down and hit controller tuning. Vibration, make sure this is off. 100% make sure this is off. You don't have to worry about any of this because this is off. So moving down, center dead zone, axial dead zone. Center dead zone, this is basically if you have stick drift on your controller. Same as Call of Duty. If you don't have stick drift, I would set this to either 1 or 0. I like to set it to 1 just for default measure, but you can set it to 0. It's not going to do any harm. It's not really going to be a negative attribute. If you do have a little bit of dead zone, you just want to make sure you tweak this to whatever is going on with your dead zone. So I have this set to 1. Same for your right stick, set to 1 as well. Axial dead zone on the left stick, I have it set to 10. On the right stick, I have this set to 8. Right stick is a little more active. That's why I have this value a little bit lower. This is basically going to... It's going to set how much your horizontal values essentially cancel out when you're pushing the input at maximum values. So you don't want to have this too low, only because it's going to make things feel very linear. And you don't want that on a shooter game. Maximum input threshold, I would set to 80. And that's for your left stick here. Maximum input threshold on your right stick set to 100% because that's kind of the most important one. Left trigger dead zone, set this to 0. I have mouse click thumbsticks, so that's why I have this set to 0. That way I get instant response time. Maximum input threshold obviously set to 100%. Right trigger as well, set it to 0. If you have instant mouse click triggers, definitely set these values to 0 because there's no point having it any higher than 0. And for input threshold, set to 100 as well. Gyro, I don't recommend touching this. Just keep it as is. Keep all these settings as is. Flick look. I covered this in the last video. I do use flick look just to kind of mess around with it. But for now, just keep all these settings default. If you want to learn more about flick look, check out my previous video talking about flick look. Very important setting that I recommend you guys give a shot. You may or may not like it. I'll just kind of leave you guys to that. But overall, like I said, that's pretty much it. In terms of your presets that you can use here, I have mine set to basically default. My crouch is essentially the circle or B button on Xbox controller, and melee is set to right thumbstick, or which is the R3 on a PlayStation controller. I don't recommend changing any of these if you have a SCUF controller. I play on a 4-paddle SCUF controller. That is why I have a default mapping set out here. If you don't have a SCUF controller, I would recommend swapping the B and the R3 and the R melee button here, just so that way this is swapped and you don't have to worry about taking your hand off the thumbsticks too much. So you want to make sure that you change some of those settings as much as humanly possible, because things will start to feel a little bit weird. Now we're going to go back into the infantry control settings here. And we're going to go down just a little bit further down to where it has our soldier aim input curve. Like I said, keep these default. Don't know if I covered those as well. Now I do also have custom zoom settings for certain weapons. So we're going to go ahead and cover that real quick. All right, now zoom sensitivity. All right, so if you have uniform aiming off, you'll have access to all of these settings right here. Now, with these settings, what it's essentially doing is that it's allowing you to change the zoom sensitivity for each and every type of scope. You guys mentioned how I mentioned that the aim assist is a little bit different based on the scope that you're using. This will allow you the opportunity to change it. Like I said, this can get a little bit advanced, and you are going to have to play around with this a little bit. I've tried 90 on the 1x zoom. It felt a little bit weird, so I brought it down to about 80, which feels a little bit more comfortable. And I am doing very well with 80. I may still change this, however. I may change it a little bit back to 90, maybe like 88, just to play around with it more. Because I'm not 100% feeling this current value, but I'm just kind of giving you guys a starting point. That way you guys can know exactly where to start, and then you can figure out the rest from there. But you are going to have to play around with this. These numbers may not help you. It may even feel a little bit worse for you, but just play around with it, see what works best, and then from there you guys can kind of figure out whether or not you need to change these values a little bit more. That's pretty much it in terms of the zoom settings, and also a bunch of other settings that a lot of people are probably curious about. I wanted to cover just strictly the controller settings today. In terms of graphics, I don't change too much on my graphics, only because I do play on a very high-end PC. So I actually have all this set to high. However, if you're on a lower GPU, I'm on a 4090 GPU, so that's why I'm able to turn all these things up. I definitely would recommend turning all of this down, like completely, like set it to low. Texture quality, I would definitely keep it on high, because texture quality is actually very important on a game like Battlefield. You'll be able to see targets a lot faster. If possible, I would recommend trying to hit 2K graphics on this game if possible. It's just like, everybody says 1080p is still like the goated setup to use. I personally disagree. I think 2K is the new standard now. If you got a PC that can handle 4K, maybe even go to 4K, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But anyways, guys, I hope this helped you out. I hope this answered a couple questions in terms of your controller settings. I do apologize for not covering this in detail in my last video. I actually was not aware that these settings were hidden like this. And then I was playing around with some settings yesterday with a couple of friends in Discord, and then we found all these other settings. So I felt it was important to cover these things. Anyways, I'm going to let some gameplay run in the background. It is some gameplay of me using the brand new settings that I have in this video. And so you guys can see just how it looks, how snappy it looks, and hopefully it helps you guys out. But anyways, guys, let's get right to the gameplay.
Enemies are attacking objective Bravo. We need defensive support on the marked objective. Be advised, Alpha is under attack. We've lost control of objective Alpha.
Enemy sniper confirmed in your area.
Objective Alpha is in enemy hands. We're moving on objective Alpha.
I've spotted a hostile sniper in our AO.
Enemy forces have taken a hit. Let's keep going.
Be advised, enemy sniper confirmed in your area.
Come, man.
Be advised, hostiles attacking Bravo.
Shit, it's upstairs.
We need defensive support on a marked objective. We are targeting Alpha.
I think I am actually in a 2-box lobby. Oh my god!
No, I see what you're saying, Kuda. You're saying
I think I just figured out the perfect settings on this game. Because now I'm fucking snapping on people on controller.
We have captured the objective.
I literally just, I deadass spent fucking 30 minutes tweaking shit. And I think I got it now.
Be advised, the objective is under control.
Hello, game?
Oh. That's not the same. That's the gun.
No! What the? Why is the gun not reloaded? Motherfucker! Mother.
You reloaded it, bro.
I'm going back on Fortnite.
Nah, get on the game, pussy.
I'm going back on Fortnite. They added the skin. They added the skin.
Oh, we go with that.
Where's some bread?
Stop being a pussy. Get on the game.
I need a fucking medic!
I don't know. I was just saying that shit. I don't care what you get on.
Man, that dude's got these brains. Oh, get more. $3 billion.
Not worth my pocket.
Our troops are controlling the fight.
I gotta join.
Let me go there.
Enemy troops have secured the objective.
Back me down. Do it. When you do it, I want to smell roses fly after it, but
Fuck?
All right, the objective
problem
is
is
under control.
Nah, I mean, nah.
I then stay in your lane. Stay over there.
I am, bro. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Power Rangers. Oh, they're right here. Oh, okay. Oh my god. I don't have enough fucking V-Bucks on my account.
New objective
Oh,
located.
It's good.
gotta go ask for more.
Nah, I'm gonna add 200 more, bro.
Objective online.
Boom. Purchase.
The objective is under control.
Where's this dude going? Where are you going, Johnny Sack?
Oh shit. I had enough epic reward points. I got V-Bucks for free. Fuck yeah. And
Really had to spend money to get more.
oh my god.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Our troops have secured the objective.
Oh! They shot me.
Oh my god, your mother is a fat whore. Yo, Atomic, you playing?
Yep.
I'll play. I'll play as long as I don't crash.
I'm alright
Wait. Let me finish this game and I'm down to run.
Our troops have secured the objective.
Oh my god, dude, that part was just
now. Holy, I'm Duke.
Our troops are still controlling the fight.
fucking smart.
What? You just ripped one and you're paying the price?
New objective located.
Oh, I'm on top of the world right
I
here.
said it just felt like it smelled.
Yeah, you felt the smell? What you said?
Objective
You know,
online.
like when it farts sting a little bit.
The bro felt the smell. Hold on, bro. I'll heal the tank, bro.
Oh,
God.
it smells bad. That's gotta be the burrito I had this morning.
Can I kill somebody with this torch? I want to know if I can kill somebody with this torch.
Can it just takes a lot.
Control the objective.
I got you, Johnny. Continue to sit behind him in this tank.
Be advised, hostiles control the objective.
Shit too.
Why'd it put me out in front of the tank, man?
Hostiles control the objective.
They have a fucking cartoon?
They got a whip.
They have a BMW E3. I'm not gonna buy this, bro.
Yeah,
But
the
fuck.
Power Rangers got a BMW.
Yeah, they got a BMW M3.
Our troops have secured the objective.
That guy just blew himself up.
We're still winning the fight.
Bro, they have all 7 Rangers.
New objective designated.
That's in the chat.
Objective is ready.
Nah, there is the original. The red, black, yellow, green. No. Red, black, blue, yellow, and pink. And then Tommy had the green and the white ranger. That's 7.
You green? Huh?
What do you mean 2 green?
I don't know, bro. I never watched it. My Power
I fucking grew up watching this fucking show. That's the reason why I fucking bought it.
The one I watched was fucking the Samurai, bro.
Okay, we have captured
Now I just gotta figure out how to fucking get the goddamn the battle pass fucking XP. Oh, there's a lobby I can get into.
hostiles control the objective.
Oh my god.
Attention all units. Mission is still on target. Good work.
Oh my god.
New objective designated.
Yeah, I'm
No!
not looking at the screen and I'm hearing it. What the hell, AK?
I'm telling you, I figured out the settings. I actually figured it out this time.
All I hear is the fucking
Objective is ready.
tilt on me.
I figured it out, dude. I figured out why my aim was feeling so fucking slow.
Well, me and this dude are lost. Just kill it.
What, is it on 33?
Hmm?
Is it on 33?
No, it's a whole bunch of shit. There's a whole bunch of settings that you have to fucking change, dude. Like, a lot of settings. Like, for your controller settings. I can walk you through it if you want. It's a bunch of shit.
That man almost went to keyboard and mouse.
But look at this, dude. Like, it's... I figured out how to make it like COD. Like I said, I can walk you through it. It was a ton of shit, dude. Yeah, nah, I'm over here thinking I'm fucking dog shit, bro. It was never me the whole fucking time. It was the game.
We control the objective.
Oh shit, there's a tank on that beat.
Didn't you get beat with a shield? Also?
What?
That's a totally different fucking Fortnite. Fucking goddamn Battlefield, bro.
Still Battlefield.
Hey, did I ever play after that? No. Fuck that.
Yeah, all type of shield beat.
New objective located.
Fuck that, bro. Go Power Rangers!
Niggas on Fortnite, bro. Probably getting shit on by a 5-year-old.
Ready.
What do you mean, bro?
Put up some numbers right now. Stream your game.
Secure the objective.
Pussy.
And they're going to build them. They continue to build a mansion.
The real men are on Battlefield right now.
No, bro, my tank died, bro. No.
Yeah, there's 2 tanks on us now.
No, the tank on our team died.
Yeah, but there's 2 tanks. They're gonna take it right now.
We control the objective.
Oh, that dude bragged on. What?
Yeah, nah, we figured out the settings, boys. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we lost Bravo.